We'll see if we renewed our snap. Didn't work.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. Let's dive into today. Got in late last night. Video edited, uploaded this morning. So we're actually ahead on a few days. So appreciate everybody who watches every video, who's subscribed, who's in it, who's writing good comments. What we got to do is this taillight is not working for the blinker and the brake light, which it could be the connection, but honestly, I don't believe it is. I think it's burnt out. So we got to figure out that. And we got to work on the manure trailer because tomorrow we're going to go manure hauling. So appreciate you guys. Let's dive into today and figure it out. So here's the issue. Brake lights are on, no brake light, which also means no blinker. We bent this back out a little bit. We're going to have to heat that at some point, take that back off. These fenders, they rub a little bit. Fifth wheel should be up higher, but it is what it is. We're getting by. This thing needs a bath, like badly. Had a poor connection actually, since I put power to it and it was happy. And now we're back going, so a bit odd, but let's make sure. Works. Yep, blinker works. Okay, that's better than having to go buy one. So we'll put the cap back on that junction box and just run through the truck quick, check the oil. I'd really like to give this thing a bath. We gotta clean it out too. That's better. Those lights aren't too expensive, but I was gonna say it's an LED light. It really shouldn't have an issue. Turns out just that little connection was the pain, so that makes it a lot better that no light, little diagnosing, and we're good to go. So we're gonna slide over here and get hooked onto the trailer. Topped it off with some oil, greased the fifth wheel. Let's go commandeer that skid steer again. I think it's over here. And plow our ways out, or plow the way to the tanker. And then we're gonna do some fab work. So tomorrow at 7 o'clock is we're gonna be at the farm getting loaded. I think there's 4 trucks, maybe 5 trucks. So we will see. Hopefully a good day. If we get weather like this, spring will be here before we know it. It's like, it's got to be 50 something degrees today. No wind, beautiful blue skies. Got a great background. Got it plowed out a little bit here. There's a snowbank, some mud. We are in mud season now. We went from we had no winter to a winter to mud season to who knows what's gonna go on in between. I'll get backed up to the tanker hopefully without getting stuck. You think he was up to no good? Just came running from nowhere. What are you doing? Covered in mud. Living the best life. How are you doing today? Smiling? Yeah. Look at your paws. Your paws are dirty. I love how nice this trailer pulls. Air's right up, brakes release amazing. It's brand new trailer, so not brand, like, you know what I mean. Never really been used other than what I've done with it. Pulls well, like everything. Probably my best pulling trailer. Probably better pulling than my gooseneck, to be honest. It's light. It's good. So, what up, Yanko? What are you doing out there? I told him we were going, but little exercise ain't bad. He's running around chasing things, so I'm gonna pull this up front. We do gotta get some more oil for this truck, just a tad bit low, and I should check hydraulic oil, which I'm a little nervous because if I do need to get some hydraulic oil, dang stuff's expensive, and honestly, I have barrels of it in the box trailers that I moved. So it is what it is at that point, but that's part of the struggles of trying to stay ahead and move stuff, but then need stuff that's in it. So then we got some welding to do on this tanker. So that piece of metal that I got, it's actually the floor for the Mac. That's what I got it for, and I almost just fell off the ladder. But it's not as thick as what I'd like it to be, I believe. Yeah, this stuff's thicker. So I'm gonna measure it up, see if the guys could actually cut me some pieces out. The metal that I had, that is 1/16 of an inch thick. I really wanted an 1/8 inch thick because when you come up to fill pipes, eventually 1/16 it starts pushing it in and everything else like that, start denting stuff. So might as well do it the right way. Plus, if I can get them to actually shear them off, it'll make my life easier that I don't have to cut it all, because I need 4 pieces for the sides, and then the top I put a 1-inch wrap around so that it has some extra structure. And we're just gonna go up 10 inches, and that will be about perfect. I don't want to go too high, due to when I start using that other tanker, because we might have some local we might have some local spreading where we can run 2 trucks behind grass and stuff like that. So I'd rather have them pretty similar. But alrighty, we're gonna jump over here to a metal shop I've never been to and see if they can do it. Hopefully they can. Sometimes people are like, oh, we'll do it in a week, stuff like that. That doesn't work. So I'm hoping that they're quick and convenient. I'm absolutely amazed. Like, I love going places, meeting good people. So North Adams Sheet Metal here in North Adams, Massachusetts. Yeah, I walked in friendly as anything. He's gonna do it up so that I don't have to, he said when I cut 1-inch section, it's gonna bevel it, or it's gonna be offset. And then he said when I cut that 1-inch piece, it's gonna have some curl to it just because of how the shear goes. And I said, well, can you just bevel it over then, and I'm gonna weld it? He said, yeah, that would work great. So 11-inch section, we're gonna bevel it so it's got 1 inch. Yep, see where I'm going. So, and he's like, just to warn you, costs have gone up. And I said, yeah, I know, that's the world we live in. So met his son, it's father, son, it's family owned. They got 18 people that actually work for them. They do a lot of quarry work and plant work. I said, how do you find 18 people to work in the metal industry? I said, because we used to go low iron and steel, and I love them guys, but they were always short-handed and stuff like that. So he had like 4 or 5 guys in there that were all building stuff inside of there. So he said, oh, yeah, I'll have it done. He said, we start at 5 in the morning, so we close at 2:30, but I'll be here until 4. I said, I'm gonna run to Tractor Supply, get some oil, probably get Yanko a tennis ball. Oh, he needs dog food. Yeah, because we got a little bag last time, so we're not dragging around the big bag. So let me put that on. But yeah, pretty wild. I go in there and friendly as can be. So maybe we'll get a little action when we come back. But I'm excited that I don't have to weld that 1-inch section on. We just got to weld the bottoms and the uprights. So good thinking there. And yeah, he goes, yeah, material is expensive. He goes, they priced it out. He goes, it's probably going to be like $35, $40 of material and then labor. And I said, I'm not even that worried. He goes, $100? I said, perfect. So that saves me a lot of time and messing around and whatnot. One of Yanko's favorite things to do, go shopping in Tractor Supply. Yeah. Are you stuck to the pallet? Hey. There you go. If you carry your leash, hey, come on, this way. Let's go get some toys because you've been eating all of James's dog's toys and that's not good. What do we got? Hanko does have all the toys, but they're in the container, in the trailer. You gonna get that one? Just prancing along. World's full of good people. Cashier was a big fan of Yanko. They were trying to upsell me to the 2 tennis balls, the big ones. I said, but he knows they don't squeak. So that is why he bought, or that is why he picked up that one. Very happy. Hour and a half later, I'm back. He says all done. It looks very nice. We'll see when we throw it on there. We went Tractor Supply, and then I went and got groceries for the week so that I can make sandwiches and stuff like that. Since when you're running manure, most places we can't just stop and grab something quick. Some places you'll pass a Stewart's or Cumberland Farms gas station, but most places it's we got nothing between where we're hauling. So this week there's a little store. I got sent the pin so I know where we're going for tomorrow. Hopefully it's laid out very nicely. Honestly, last time we were getting in and out of this, it was challenging. We were backing up and the placement was very hard. So here comes one of their other trucks. So as he says, he's got like 5 or 6 guys that are full-time down in the quarry. So yeah, it's tough to find good help. That's why I was amazed that when he said he's got 18 guys that work for him, and I said 18 guys that do site work or do metal work. That's pretty crazy. I really got to get one of these ordered, but right now my main thing is getting ready to go crop farming for the spring. So we're balling on a budget for a little bit here until we figure out exactly what we're gonna do. Well, we know what we're gonna do, we just gotta get it done. But top this off with some hydraulic oil, some engine oil, and we're gonna go down to the lower shop. I'll show you what we got. But it is freaking warm in here. Better get the AC going, bud, right? We haven't got James's new tool truck. He upgraded from the 6.0 to this bad Larry. It's fully loaded. Yep. I'm pretty excited to have that as our party mobile. Okay, this is what I ended up with. They were awesome over there. Bent the lip. I just notched the edges so that they're all going to fit together in a square. And our end goal is to make that 10 inches taller, easier to back underneath, and be same as the other tankers. So should shut this just in case any liquid drips out. It's not dripping in there, but clean that up, throw that up, easy peasy. Now we got one little bit to weld on that nurse boom. I'm gonna throw the music back on. Got it put together. We got a box now, so that's gonna give us some good height up, but not crazy high where it's well over the other one. But Jimmy's leaving. I call James Jimmy some days, depends where he's at in party wild side, but yeah. Yeah, that's actually gonna work out mint. So I'm gonna go along, get it all welded up, but work my way around so that it doesn't heat and flex it. The one that's in there is actually, I built that before I even knew I was gonna do this tanker. That was supposed to go in the blue tanker. And then, well, blue tanker became scrap. So Hanko's out laying in the mud. You guys can't see it. We'll see if we can see him before he gets spooked. I've been trying to figure out where he was. I don't know if he went in the house for a period. He's gonna know we're coming. What are you doing? Loving this weather. Gotta be mid-60s or mid-50s right now. I don't think we're supposed to get in the 60s, but oh, gonna be some good hauling. Hopefully the rain stays away too. But alrighty, got our box built up. I'm almost wondering if I should have went taller, but at the same point, I don't want to be super tall. It just down the road, it just makes more headaches if I'm too tall. for other places where I'm not hauling with guys that have the tall Hainsworth tankers. The Dillers are pretty close to me. It's the Hainsworth, they sit up really tall. Where this thing sits really low, which is actually really nice. But gotta pick that up, throw it up there. We'll see if we renewed our snap. Oh yeah, it works. Look at that, we got some height more. As James says, we might got like 50 more gallons in there. Holy smokes. Doesn't work that way actually, because our return port is lower, so it starts to fill up faster there. So I'm a fan of this little welder. They're not a sponsor or partner of the channel, but it's been handy. James says they haven't used it in like a year. They're a guy that welds a lot of their stuff. He stick welds everything. So, but I was able to throw it up there because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get up there. Usually when I was welding, I'd lift my big welder up and go. But I'm gonna jump up there. We're gonna zinc some, gonna put some, what is it, nickels? Dimes, and get it all good. That's gonna be a lot better off. I'm really happy. I thought about putting rubber around it to extend it up. We tried that little tarp thing for a little bit previously, but that's what we really needed to do. Got it all welded in. I was gonna clean it up, but honestly, it's the character. Looks pretty good for just a farmer. But our other thing was, over here, I had a little pinhole leak. Figured out what it was. When I cut in with the grinder, I cut too deep and it slowly has wore out and rusted, and it's coming out of there. So I'm thinking if I can take that pipe off this end, flex it down so I can see more of it, and then we'll clamp over it. I did weld some of it, but let me take that clamp off and see. Now we'll just move it forward and see when we go down what it does. So I had a little issue where the lift gets airlocked, and I've learned now, crack them, run it, and then put it back together and it's all good. Don't know why, but I was sitting here and I went, okay, so I went to spin it in and I said it won't go out any longer. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, great. So I did that and didn't work. Then I realized, well, the batteries are at like 11.5, so it's not making enough voltage, because it was sitting off and I was messing around with stuff. Yeah, I'm getting tired, but feel much better that it's taller by 10 inches now. Doesn't look like much from here, but that should make all the difference in the world. Filling when there's nobody dropping it down. There's somebody running the tractor to drop the load spout, or some places don't have an adjustable load spout. If it comes down, it's a lot easier to back in when you have lower. But if you're the only one that's like that, makes it more challenging. So I'm gonna pull forward, pressure wash the back of this off, and then we're gonna wash the truck real quick. Just get some salt off, make it look a little more presentable. Got done washing that. I looked up, when's AutoZone close? 9 o'clock, so it's 8:10 right now. We're gonna run over, get some black paint, just paint that up so it doesn't sit there and rust. Especially because if we're gonna run in the rain the next few days, and then I'll have to rebuff it. So I might as well go get some black paint, spray that stuff, call it good. Probably get some dinner, since we are running, well, we're gonna be running, I should be getting ready for bed right now, but I gotta get this stuff done, priority. Yanko, on the other hand, spent the last hour and a half hanging out with James's father and playing with all the toys in there. So James's father has a dog, and Yanko's been partying it up. He said I was sick of hanging out with my human, and figured I should go do something else. But we'll jump, get something to eat real quick. That way we don't have to make anything. I think James and his girlfriend are already asleep, or at least in bed. The lights were off in the house, and I had to sneak out quick with Duramax, which is not very quick because or silent. It's quick, but it's very loud when you fire it up, people. So I was rather surprised when I rolled in last night at 10:30. They did not hear me come in with the Mac. So I'm gonna be happy when I can roll into my own house and not have to worry about any of that. But I appreciate everything they've done for me. Just utilized their lower shop for almost 5 hours. Utilized their welder, their tools, pressure washer, stuff like that. So I've got a clean truck with an extended fill port. Hopefully that makes all the difference in the world tomorrow. I really wanted to do it for this because I'll show you where we're filling, and the shorter one made it more challenging, which when you're slower to fill, then the next person catches up to you, then it slows everything down. So it's all about efficiency. We got the goods. We got the black ice little trees and some semi-gloss black Rust-Oleum. So got to keep the cab smelling good. And the reason why I want to paint this is because it makes life so much easier than letting it get rained on or get covered in manure and then having it rust right away. Eventually it's going to rust, but I'm going to throw some of this on. And well, I appreciate you guys watching along, liking, subscribing. What's up around? Being part of the channel. A little short video of today, what we're doing, but tomorrow we're gonna go haul some manure. Should be a good day. We also have a new guest on the channel coming on, so at least that's the plan. But appreciate you guys. I'm gonna finish this, eat something, and yeah, edit some video, go to bed, and wake up, do it all over again. Have a good one. See you on the next one.